What's up, guys? It's Johnny here from Retroplay Games, and on this episode, we're going to be cracking open a box of Yu-Gi-Oh's Amazing Defenders set. Just like I said in the last Pokemon video that I did, this stuff is pre-ordered and sells out before I even get a chance to take any of it home, so a little bit late on this one. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get some extra product in time for the OTS release. So Retroplay Games is now an official OTS store, which means we get access to product a little bit earlier than the other guys, and we're going to start bringing you booster boxes and all of that good stuff on Wednesday instead of Friday of release week. So my hope is that I'll be able to snag enough extra product on the next go that I can bring one home and we can do a very early opening video for you guys, give you a little bit of a preview of what's coming up for release at other locations if you don't have an OTS store nearby. If you're near the Sarnia area and you want to come out for some competitive play, we do have all the good stuff that comes along with OTS, including the OTS packs. Some really great stuff to give away that's come from Konami as well as my distributor. So that's going to be Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. Come down, play with the guys, hang out, have a good time. But without further ado, let's get into this box of Amazing Defenders. I am super excited. Look at this artwork. Look at this beautiful box. It is first edition. It is crispy and sealed. Yu-Gi-Oh really hits the nostalgia for me like none other. So let's take a look and see. I'm a bit out of the loop. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit yet. I've been doing Master Duel and Duel Links here and there, but I haven't kept up super close with the meta. So it looks like there are some collector rares available in this set, and we're going to be hoping to hit Pearly Collector's Rare Hare the Sword Mikanko, or Nini the Mirror Mikanko, 1-for-1. Those are the collector's rares that we are looking to see in this set. So hopefully there's going to be one of those in this box. Open it up on camera for you guys. Let's get into it. So I did get some Yu-Gi-Oh collector rares from one of my locals. Sent those off. I didn't get them from, I didn't purchase them from him. He brought them in to be graded at PSA with the most recent submission I mentioned in the Pokemon video the other day. So I am really excited for him to see how those do. I think it's going to be great, and he is going to get a solid return. There was one vintage card in there. I'm not going to give it away exactly what it was, but let's dive in. We got Appaloosa here, Boa the Goddess on this beautiful playmat that I also got actually from the same guy. Lucky enough to grab one from him as the regional World Championship Qualifier Regional 2020 map. Just beautiful. My favorite artwork in the game. So excited. Thank you, sir, for hooking me up with that. And I hope in return that your PSA is blessed. Blessed by the grading gods. Nini the Mirror Mikano. Not the collector's rare we're hoping for. Machine duplication. Looks like everything's a rare. And then super res. Ooh, limiter removal. That hits the vintage right there. Nostalgia. We got a lot of packs to open here. Try to get through these as quickly as we can. Positive Pearly Pal Power. Love alliteration. Yu-Gi-Oh! Always bringing it home with the silliness. Absolutely love this game. X Pearly Happiness. Looks like a ghost rare. You got me super excited for a second there. So I don't think there's any ghost rares in this set. That would be awesome. Love the artwork from this. That classic anime style takes me back to when I was a kid. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the first game that I really went ham on and got into when I was younger. And that was back in the early days when there was no meta. You couldn't afford cards because you were just a child with no job and your parents thought it was stupid and wouldn't buy it for you. So you throw together the best cards that you have available to you and hope for the best. Luckily, I did some good trading. Rescue Ace Impulse. Was rocking the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, Summon Skull with the Axe of Despair on it. Give me a shout if you remember the good old days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. Now, the game is just crazy. You're trying to get back into this and play the game, you know, after so long. Like, I played Duel Links, so that doesn't prepare you for what this game is like. It is summon after summon after summon, and you are dumping your hand and drawing tons of cards. It feels really, really exciting, but sometimes it just feels bad when you can't. Your opponent you go second, your opponent sets up this crazy board, spends like a solid 10-minute solitaire turn, and then there's nothing you can do, and the game is decided on turn 2. That is modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's fun though. I won't lie, it's fun. And you can play a lot of those classic deck archetypes. So Toon Chaos brought some of those classic Toon cards back into the limelight. Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, always getting lots of support because Konami knows that you guys, and myself included, ooh, there we go, Rescue Ace. That's the kind of stuff that we like as returning players, longtime nostalgia chasers. So they support it. Anyone that's not aware, maybe been away from the game for a while, but the 2 online versions that I mentioned, Master Duel is the PC and mobile available version of the full trading card game. So that's going to give you a similar experience, excuse me, with all of the card spaces. Ooh, nice. Rescue Ace Monitor, love that art. So it gives you all of the card spaces on the board. You have the Link monsters and close to the newest sets. They're a little bit behind on it. It also has some more interesting rules and ban list than the TCG. So Max C is legal in Master Duel. For those of you that are familiar with Max C from back in the day, every time your opponent special summons, you get to draw a card. Is it overpowered? Is it not overpowered? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think it's great. I think it puts the brakes on a lot of otherwise out of control decks. And I also was the recipient on the receiving end of a crazy, what do you call it, synchro deck, where, okay, well, you're going to max C, then I'm just going to go ahead and continue to summon and summon and summon and summon and summon, and you are going to draw up your entire deck and then proceed to lose the game. That didn't feel very good either. So there are counters to Max C. I don't think it is the overpowered card that everybody says it is. I would like to see it come back to the TCG. But again, you let me know down in the comments what you think. We are getting a lot of these. I think this is like the 3rd one. Purely delicious memory. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh! A purely delicious memory. Looks like there's some good stuff in here so far. Again, I'm not 100% super familiar with Amazing Defenders set. I know that there are some valuable collector rares in here that we are hoping to see. But in terms of what's going to be competitively viable, that I do not know. This is a deck building set. It's a smaller release, not one of the core sets. But I felt a ridge on there. A little factory defect action. Mikanko Kagura. Extinguish. I am in the process of learning Japanese. I've been in the process of doing it for a long time, but I'm finally starting to get a lot more serious about it. Lifelong dream to visit Japan. So I want to be able to at least speak the language and be functional while I'm there. So I am hitting the books. Ooh, that's really nice. They sold 2 Tales of the Noble Knights. Really nice artwork. Love the anime style. Splitting off from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Conversation, a new anime TCG, Grand Archive, had it on the channel not too long ago, is going to be coming out soon. The big difference being, you can see on these cards, they have like 2000, 2800, so they've taken the anime style, added some new, fresh mechanics to it, excuse me, and simplified those number values, the Western card design. That is coming out in April. Pre-orders are live. shop.retroplaygames.com, the link on the bottom right there if you want to get your hands on some Grand Archive. And make sure you check out the video that I did on the channel introducing. If you're not sure what that is, I think it's going to be one of the best games, if not the best game of 2023. Super pumped about it. Lots of the guys at the store, players at the store, super pumped about it. Kanko, Water, Arabesque. Purely Happiness. I think we're going to be able to make whatever deck that is, and then Konami's going to super power it down the line. All this stuff is dirt cheap right now, and then it's going to go up in value. Here's hoping. One thing I will say about Konami, they sure do love their reprints, which is great. So to play the game competitively, when a set comes out, there's bonkers cards in it, like what we have recently. Triple Tactics Talent, Forbidden Droplet. Those kind of cards are really expensive when they come out, and then Konami will, the following year or following later that year, release a compilation tin that contains reprints of all those really important cards. So it can be expensive to chase the meta in the short term, if that's what you're after. I try not to be a meta chaser because I have been burned on that. With Magic the Gathering, they banned Mox Opal, it killed my deck. I was playing Ardent Scales Affinity, really left me disillusioned, so I don't meta chase anymore. But Yu-Gi-Oh has the answer to that, so they will reprint all of those super expensive cards, give everybody the opportunity to get their hands on them at a lower price later on, which is great. You don't want to, nobody likes pay to win. That doesn't feel good. You know, you can buy the singles instead of gambling on the packs, but unfortunately when they short print stuff, or you know, it comes in a super high rarity, secret rarity, there's just not enough of it to go around to make it cheap. So some cards can be expensive, but if you don't play one of the meta decks, there are so many archetypes that you can get into with Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to have a good time, play casually with your friends. We got GOAT format, so for those of you that are old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Folk like me, GOAT format might be where you want to be at. You can build a GOAT deck with mostly common cards for like, I don't know, like let's say $50 tops. And that is going to give you a perfectly viable competitive deck in GOAT format. So that's, I think, the 2002-ish? I can't remember exactly what era GOAT is, but it's the classic cards like Thousand Eyes Restrict, back when, you know, before everything was barf out your entire hand and see what happens on turn 2. Can your opponent counter it? If not, it feels more like old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it is old school Yu-Gi-Oh! So it feels like there's a lot more back and forth, there's a lot more interaction with your opponent's turn. It doesn't rely on these crazy hand traps that are in the game at this point in time. You have the opportunity to play more of the chess-like aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is what I fell in love with at the beginning. And like I said, it is just a completely different game now. Not that it's not fun, it's just different. So be aware, for if you are a returning player, you might want to check out some videos on how to ease yourself back into the game. There's lots of great tutorials with Master Duel that will walk you through the new cards. We got link cards, synchros, XEs, there's hand traps if you're not, depending on how long it is that you've been away from the game. Some of that stuff might be foreign to you, so definitely want to go through and check out a video if it's been a while since you have played the game. But like I said, there are so many archetypes, you don't have to spend a fortune to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you just want to play casually with your friends, you can easily throw together one of the more secondary archetypes, I guess would be a good way to put it. And it's going to be dirt cheap for you to throw something together that you can play. Don't have to spend a fortune on it. Same with Pokemon. Pokemon you don't have to spend a fortune on. Getting down to our last couple of packs here. I feel like we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. I know it is a small set though, so what are you going to do? Limiter removal. Sprite's Blessing. No sign of those collector rares yet. We've still got a couple more packs. A chance at some of those. Let's see if we can manage to pull one here. It'd be absolutely astounding. Hidden Armory. I'm not sure what the... Oh, there we go. Oime. Manifested Mikanko. Not sure what the ratio is per box. I think it's like usually 1 per case, maybe, that you have an opportunity to get collector's rare. We'll work our way up to those big case openings. Maybe on, definitely not with the 25th or 30th, it's 25th anniversary that's coming up here for Yu-Gi-Oh! We're not going to be cracking cases of that. Want to get that out into the hands of the players. Ooh, there we go. Rescue Ace Turbulence. Secret rare for the... Oh no, that's a collector rare. Oh yeah, all right. I thought it was just a secret rare, but you can see the texture on the card. Shiny, shiny, shiny all the way across. Yeah, there we go. Rescue Ace Turbulence for the collector rare from this box. It looks like that's got about a $40 value or so. Nice. Really hoping we were going to get one of these on the channel. Finally did it. Rescue Ace Turbulence for our collector rare from this box. Thank you, Konami. Hooked us up. Even though it's totally random, we're going to thank Konami and hope that they will watch this. Maybe send us some more stuff we can open on the channel. Wouldn't that be great? Star Pearly Street Overlay Regen. Conco Promise. Xyz Reborn. Sacred Scrolls of the Gizmek Legend and Limiter Removal. We got a whole stack of limiter removals. Anybody want to play machines? Come see me. I'm going to hook you up with the cards you need. We are probably not going to see another collector rare. Anything is possible. I'm super happy that we pulled that on the channel. Beautiful card. Kanko Kagura. Just absolutely crazy creature design, monster design, game design. Love, love, love Yu-Gi-Oh! Can't get enough of it. Leave a comment down below. What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, or what is your most valuable Yu-Gi-Oh card? Let me know what you guys have. I had a first edition LOB Blue Eyes White Dragon. It was in really, really good condition. I ended up selling it. I got a decent amount of money for it. I went to a Grand Prix for Magic and bought some dual lands with the proceeds, which I thought was great. And then the pandemic happened and that card shot up to like $3,000 or $4,000. And let me tell you, that is nowhere close. I didn't get anywhere close to getting that much for my copy, unfortunately. I wish I would have held on to it and graded it. But, you know, I was really, really hard into Magic at that point in time. So that's what I ended up doing. But that is probably the most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh card I have had the pleasure of coming through the shop recently. It probably would have graded like at least a solid PSA 5 if I had sent it off. Wish I would have done that, but you know, hindsight, what can you do? Can't hold on to everything. We're never going to make any money. So much cool stuff comes through here, and it's like, oh man, I really want to keep that and put it in the pile behind me, the pile of shame, personal collection. But I just can't do that with everything that I want to. So it is available for you guys. This Rescue Ace Turbulence Collector Rare from Yu-Gi-Oh! Amazing Defenders will be available for you guys at the shop as well. So make sure you check out shop.retroplaygames.com. Come see me in person if you want to pick this up. Once again, Yu-Gi-Oh! OTS is live at Retro Play Games. So make sure you come and visit us Tuesdays at 6 o'clock to get your OTS on, play some competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Make some new friends, have a great time. Hopefully we'll see you there. Until then, thanks guys. Play on.